going to Dollar Tree and getting, at this day and age, 18 items. That's the tax and the price. Getting $18.
18 items.
Getting 18 items for $20 at Dollar Tree.
Hello, fellow travelers. I'm Kimberley, your guide and your host, and today we are here with PeachyyMaddi. If you know, you know. The world feels so chaotic right now. So we're here today to talk about the top 3 things we do to stay grounded in a chaotic world. So we've got alignment, ritual, and connection. But before we do, Maddie, tell everybody a little bit about yourself for the one person who doesn't know who you are already.
So I am PeachyyMaddi online, but I go by Maddie to everyone who knows me. And I make home decor videos, lifestyle videos. You might know my series, Bougie on a Budget, where I'm at Dollar Tree. You might know me from yelling at you to get in the car and we're going shopping. And a lot of my content is focused on comfort, and whether that's comfort food, comfort decor, seasonal decor, and I'm like kind of a modern day Martha Stewart.
But so much cooler.
But I also have an aspect of spirituality, grief, and mental health. And I love to help people, whether it's decorating their space or having an idea of making a fun summer drink.
I love it. And tell people how we know each other.
So we know each other through my dad.
My
Kimberley has known me for 27 years, which is my entire life. And she knew me in the womb to now. And honestly has been such an inspiration for my art and my process, because when I was a little girl, I would listen to your music, and it always inspired me to embrace myself. It was like one of the first impressions as a little girl that I got of embracing myself and just feeling that self-love for the first time, listening to your music, and I'd have it on my iPod and I'd see you doing your thing. So for me, you were my blueprint, and it's very full circle that you've known me in the womb, and now I'm 27 and we're sitting here today talking about spirituality, alignment, and connection.
Amazing. And now you're the blueprint for me starting this channel. I will tell you, Maddie was literally, outside of James, my partner, the first person I told about the idea of Souljourner truth. So
it's true.
You were my blueprint. So
I was there for the birth.
Yeah.
And you were there for my birth.
Totally. So let's go. Let's get into this. Let's talk about alignment. That was one of the things we both felt like we used to stay grounded in a chaotic world. And before we started filming, we spoke a little bit. And Maddie, you mentioned to me that your spiritual life, prayer, those things help keep you aligned in life. Talk to me more about that.
So I would say that God is obviously my number one. And I would say that the alignment in my life really comes from having God as my number one and having that spirituality as like a tree center. And it's rooted in the earth. You know, it sounds kind of a little bit out there, but I feel like God keeps me grounded and he guides me and helps with that alignment. And through prayer and spirituality and going even deeper into the Bible and different lessons that it has to teach, it's helped me as not only shape as a person, but it's also guided me in the right direction, whether it's a situation or it's a decision.
You previously mentioned Mary Magdalene and Jesus also being kind of guiding forces. Can you say more about those influences?
Yes, I'd love to. So Mary Magdalene was one of Jesus's apostles, and I fell in love with her. She reminds me of like a divine feminine. And so Jesus as a man represents strength and guidance and wisdom and that deep-rooted, like tree-like foundation. And then for me, Mary is the feminine, creative, beautiful butterflies, nature, and being able to connect with Mary's story has absolutely shaped what I've thought about being a phoenix of a human being.
Wow.
And really rising.
Wow, that is so beautiful. I love that. That is so beautiful. And so I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, right? So I find alignment in walking my talk. That to me is my religion, end all be all. It is so important for me to walk my talk, to be the person I say I am every single moment of every single day. So when I find myself drifting out of alignment, I'm literally spending hours, all the time just thinking, why am I angry? Why am I frustrated? Why am I not giving forgiveness? Why am I bitchy? Why am I this? Why did I say that? Why did I think this other thing? And kind of figuring it out, like where'd you go off the rails so that I can get myself back on track and into alignment. And that has been such a saving grace in this crazy world for me to feel balanced.
I love that, and I do the same. I sit with myself when I feel an emotion, which it's very uncomfortable most of the time, unless I'm sitting in happiness and joy, which sitting in sadness and depression or whatever, you should sit in happiness just as much as you sit with yourself in sadness.
For sure.
But it can feel more uncomfortable when you're just sitting in pure anxiety, which is what I feel a lot of the time. And I think to myself, why am I anxious? What is the root of this anxiety?
Yes.
Where is it taking me? Usually I close my eyes and meditate. And I really just sit with myself and analyze how I feel so that I can check in with myself, because I feel like the anxiety would get worse if I just dismiss it.
Or if you suppressed it by I used to drink to suppress mine. Like, I'll just have a couple glasses of wine or whatever.
Right.
It didn't go away.
It's going nowhere.
Right.
It will be there for you when you wake up.
Right. It will be there waiting for you.
As hangxiety.
I love that. Oh, that's so good. Let's talk a little bit about ritual. I know you have some pretty specific rituals that you do daily that help you stay grounded. Let's hear it.
So I do skincare every single day, showering, skincare,
Gorgeous.
and my hair is a lot, and
Everything.
taking care of my hair and myself is like an act of self-love for me, and it keeps me grounded. I feel like there's a distinct difference between a routine and a ritual.
Ooh.
I think a ritual is something where you're just doing it without even thinking.
Yeah.
It's a habit at this point. And a routine, sometimes you have to force, like if you're doing a diet or if you're trying to force a routine that doesn't really fit with your life. The rituals in my life I do without even thinking, like going to see my horses, checking in with myself, sitting with my emotions is a ritual at this point. Skincare, shopping, honestly shopping. At Dollar Tree, taking $20 and going to Dollar Tree and getting, at this day and age, 18 items. The tax and the price. Getting $18.
18 items.
Getting 18 items for $20 at Dollar Tree, or just taking time for myself, taking myself out on a date.
And every month I make sure to take myself out on at least one date where I sit with myself, I have dinner, and I just think and reflect. I just love to sit over a glass of wine and some pasta at an Italian restaurant. I'm getting hungry. And I just like to think and reflect. And that really helps my self-confidence and my self-love, because I know I can sit with myself and I love myself.
Yes, that is so
beautiful. I love
beautiful.
what I feel and I love what I see.
Yes.
And that has not been my reality my whole life. Absolutely not.
Right? It takes work.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Right? And it takes work to learn to sit with yourself, and you gotta say, if I'm not willing to sit with myself for dinner, ain't nobody else gonna be willing to sit with me for dinner, right?
That part. Yeah. And taking myself out, it's sparked a revolution online, I feel like, because all the women that watch me, it's almost like a light bulb moment where we all realized, like, we could just take ourselves to the things we want to do.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to wait for anyone to take you or wait for somebody else to be able to do something you want to do.
For me, it's a little bit different. So for me, ritual is about consumption. I am so strict about being vegan. I've been vegan since 2013, and eating whole foods, or try to. And also strict about the information I allow into my environment. I don't watch any news. I know it sounds ignorant to say, and I know I'm probably going to get some hate for it, but I watch no news. I don't have headlines. I don't have alerts. I don't have nada on my phone, nothing. I don't turn on the TV, none of it. And my theory is, if it's important, someone's going to tell me.
Yes.
And if it's not, they're not, and whatever. I carry on with my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When it comes to me in the news, my therapist told me to stop watching the news as much as I was because it was triggering my PTSD from the Air Force because of current events going on. I don't need to be watching that, and that's what she came to the conclusion with me over was, why are you watching this? What are you gaining from this? What is productive of you watching this? Can you do anything about what you're looking at? No. Then why are you letting it affect your day-to-day life?
Right.
And that's when I had that light bulb moment of, I don't need to have the news on, and I don't need to feel guilty that I don't have it on, because opting out isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
Because if you're doing it for your mental health and for your greater good, then that's what matters the most.
Absolutely.
Rather than just watching the news so that you can be informed.
Absolutely. And let's be clear, the thing you've opted into, you and I both, is spreading peace, love, joy, happiness through the world. That's our contribution right there. So, sorry, not sorry.
Whenever the world is chaotic, I love to make my content curated to comfort. Whether it's food or advice or skincare, or I'm taking a bath or an everything shower, which is like showing all the products and all the things I do, or scrubbing my horses and giving them a bath.
Yeah. And that's so perfect, such a perfect segue into connection. How do you find connection, or how do you use connection to keep you grounded?
So I would say using connection to keep me grounded really starts with my family. It roots in my family connections and the fact that I proudly have a relationship with my father, my mother, my stepmother, and my stepfather. And having that strong family foundation helps me in all aspects of my life. Decision making, and I understand not everybody has a good relationship with their parents. For example, my mom doesn't have a good relationship with her parents, and I don't fault anyone for choosing themselves and their peace over having a relationship with a family member for the sake of them being family,
Right.
for the sake of that person being blood. If someone's not serving you in the right way, or they're not treating you the right way, you can walk away, family or not. Family or not.
Yeah, totally. Oh boy. And I guess I locate connection, and as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking maybe I actually take my family, James, George, my inner circle of friends, maybe I take them for granted a little bit, because I'm locating the connection a little bit outside in my spiritual community at Agape. And the biggest source of connection and groundedness for me are my neighbors. The people I see every day when I walk George in the park. I have gone so far as to make it a point, like it's my job, to say hello to every person we meet.
So sweet.
Well, sometimes people ain't feeling it, and it may take months of saying good morning, hello to people before they will even look at me and respond. So in these days and times, sometimes it doesn't even feel natural or organic to build bridges with your neighbors. But I'm telling you, I think you said it best earlier, you gotta be like a piece of moldy fruit in the bowl and just spread it around.
Yes, my saying is that if there's moldy fruit in a bowl, it's gonna spread. So you can either have that mold be like, you can think of it as positivity, negativity, whatever, but I like to think of it as positivity, just spreading, or like, I don't know, I'm dealing with hornworms in my garden right now, but just hornworms spreading all over the garden, positivity, just spreading.
Like hornworms.
Like hornworms to a tomato plant.
Amazing. Well, this has been so great. Today, so far, we've talked about alignment. We've talked about ritual. And I love that our ideas about it are so different, right? Mm-hmm. And then we talked about connection. So it's been really amazing. Maddie, if someone is out there feeling untethered, unbalanced, just out of whack in this chaotic world, what's the one piece of advice you would give them?
I would definitely tell them to let go. Letting go in terms of meditation or just sitting with yourself, finding a way to let go is everything. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard because you have to let go of control. You have to surrender, essentially. Yeah. And no one really wants to do that. Naturally, I feel like we don't want to do that. But finding a way to let go and allow yourself to be aligned and to live in your truth and truly let go and come into yourself.
You heard it here. So much wisdom. Okay, travelers, so now the question is up to you. How do you stay grounded in a nutso world? Is it alignment? Is it ritual? Is it connection? Or is it something else entirely? Let us know. Maddie, thank you so much for being with me today. It has been such a tremendous joy to have you here sharing your heart, your wisdom, your love. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And please tell people where they can find you.
So you can find me on YouTube as PeachyyMaddi with 2 Y's and 1 I. And then on Instagram and Facebook, PeachyyMaddi with 3 Y's and 2 I's.
Excellent. And we'll put it in the show notes to make it easy for people. Wonderful. Until then, travelers, may your soul's journey be joy-filled and abundantly blessed. And may you shine your light so brightly that it not only illuminates the path for you, but for every being we meet along the way. I release this prayer knowing it is already done. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you for walking with us today. If you've been moved by this episode, something struck you, please hit subscribe, leave a comment or review in the comments box. We would love to hear from you. And if you are feeling lost, adrift, knocked off balance in this chaotic world we are currently living in, find me here. Go to my website, look at the show notes, and check out private coaching journeys with me. We can do this thing together. Remember, alignment, ritual, and connection are 3 easy tools that you can use to get balanced in this crazy world. Until we walk again, namaste.